Always learn and always be a student. And I feel like the moment at which you stop learning, that's when your business or career can stagnate and become stale. Always learn, always challenge yourself, learn new skills, and keep pushing yourself. Hello, and welcome back to another video here in early 2024. In this video, we're gonna talk about how you can start a recruitment agency this year. Before we get started, if you are excited as I am to get into this, please consider supporting a fellow recruiter. Give us a like, subscribe, click that bell. Really mean a lot. If you're proud to be a recruiter or also want to support the channel, feel free to pick up awesome merch for yourself at recruitermerch.com, wearing our red hoodie with our high quality embroidered recruiter signature logo right here, and just love it, wear it every single day. Let's get started. How do you start a recruiting agency in 2024? A couple things about me in case you're watching this for the first time. I've been recruiting for almost about a decade now. Started my career at a US nationwide staffing company, was able to quickly become one of the top producers out of 300 nationwide. It was able to do about $500,000 on my own desk, no handouts, and surpassing over $100,000 in billable placements in a single month. I then started my own agency as a solo recruiter initially in 2015, did about $500,000 on my own desk with brand new clients that we're able to build. And over time, since to date, happy to say that we're able to do multiple seven figures worth of placements. Just before we get into this, just again, a little disclaimer, FYI, what I'm about to share with you is from my own experience. I honestly hope that it helps, gives you value, and it can help you start your agency, level up, and maybe we can even collaborate or work together. So when it comes to starting your own agency, I kind of look at it roughly as 10 different steps. Step number 1, do your research, educate yourself. Number 2, you want to create a solid business plan, business model. Number 3, how are you going to structure your business? Number 4, you want to invest in technologies and tools. Number 5, you want to network, market your business. Number 6, you want to find candidates. Number 7, you want to find clients. Number 8, adapt your business. Number 9, measure your business. And number 10, scale your business. Let's go over these one at a time. When it comes to step number 1, it's very important to be able to research and educate yourself. You want to be able to find your niche. You want to really understand a market that you're excited and passionate about. You want to go a step deeper and be able to understand industry trends, the shifting markets with the candidates, their data, and the clients and the businesses. What are they doing? All of this will really help you develop that confidence to be able to not only start a business, but most importantly, to be able to communicate with clients and candidates effectively. So as I was touching upon a couple things earlier, you really want to understand the current trends and demands in the job market. What's happening? What's the pulse? Where are you located around the world? Really understand, is it a bull market, a bear market? Things are tough, things are going really well and just kind of stabilizing. A lot of things to kind of keep in track of. Number 2, familiarize yourself with various industries and their specific hiring needs. What industry are you going after? Legal, tech, AI, cybersecurity, manufacturing, healthcare, electrical. You want to really be able to understand as much as you can about the industries, especially the ones that you're going to think about starting a business in. The more you know, the better you can make decisions and the better you can get clients, get candidates, make some real money. Hey guys, apologies for the interruption, but want to make an exciting announcement, so listen carefully. If you've been wanting to work and partner directly with me, we are creating for the first time a private community to let you do just that. In this group, you'll be able to access the open roles of my team and of others in the group, so you won't have to worry about not having enough open roles to work on and stabilize your business. Not just that, you'll also have access to accountability calls, trainings, private Discord channels, early access to new exciting stuff, and much more. This is perfect for all types of recruiters: solo recruiters, part-time recruiters, agency owners, full desk. If you are very specialized in one market or niche, or you work outside of the US, don't worry, we got your back. I believe that if you have strong recruiting fundamentals, you can also find tremendous success here as well. Candidates will have more job opportunities. Clients will have a stronger pipeline of greater talent, and recruiters will be able to make more consistent placements. It's a no-brainer. So if you're interested, please click on the link below. There will only be a limited number of spots open at a given time, so make sure you act quick. Excited to work with you directly and see you on the other side. Number 3, depending on where you're located as well, you want to research and understand the legal requirements for starting a recruitment business, whether it's like, reaching out to an attorney to help you create that contract, whether it's understanding different rules and regulations in your state, country, or wherever you're located around the world. This is really important to know. You're starting a business here, and with that will come a lot of strings attached when it comes to legal and financial and taxes and all that admin stuff, and you want to make sure you learn about that as much as you can. You want to familiarize yourself with employment laws, specifically, what are the regulations, what are the rules, what if you hire someone, hire full-time, part-time, 1099, what does that mean depending on where you live? Data protection regulations, other relevant compliance issues are all just really important to know. I don't want to be able to flood you with all this stuff. You're like, wow, I have to do all this stuff to start an agency. You can keep it simple and you can start something relatively simple, but these are things that are really important to know and think of and eventually learn as much as you can as you continue the process of starting your own agency moving forward. Consider learning, be a sponge, taking online courses on business management, finances, strategy, market research, like all of the things things are really, really important, not just for a recruitment business, but really for any business worldwide. Watch videos, read articles, read books. Just soak in as much as you can so you can be a well-rounded, foundational solo recruiter, a single or a solo operator of a business that hopefully is doing really well, profitable, and eventually growing. Join, network, professional organizations. Stay updated on industry's best practices, right? You don't want to just learn things that worked 10 years ago or 20 years ago. You want to learn from people that are practicing today, that are testing out new products and plugins and software today that is helping push their business and career move forward. You'd rather take advice from them or someone who has learned recruiting 20, 30 years ago, and then all the tools and all the strategies they're teaching you are completely outdated. You want to always focus on the former, and the easiest way to do that is network, become friends, and collaborate with other practitioners who are working as a recruiter today. The next thing you want to do is, like with any businesses, create a plan, create a strategy, right? Number one, define your niche. It's really, really important to start niche, right? Start small and start narrow. Really develop a credibility, a position, a reputation in that market. And then if you so want to, you can gradually go and broader and broader and broader and wider and wider and wider. By you being niche, you'll be able to develop a reputation amongst clients and candidates. You'll be able to really understand everything about that market, about that industry, so that you can really come off as a thought leader. You can come off as someone who can confidently deliver and provide strategy, thought leadership, and just credible opinions about what's happening in that market. And that will help you so much when it comes to talking to clients or even talking to candidates. Identify a specific niche, a specific job type. What kind? Like executives, mid-level, senior level, entry-level, part-time, full-time. Geographic locations. You want to specialize in New York, specialize in America, specialize in London, specialize in Asia, Singapore, Thailand. Like, what is going to be your niche? And try to go down and be as focused and niche as possible. Rather than saying, I want to do software engineers in America, what about maybe AI engineers with 5 to 7 years of experience in New York City, specifically, ideally in, the startups from between seed to Series A, right? That becomes more specific, and then you'll be able to develop and create a reputation among those clients in that book of business and just that market there. And then once you're able to establish an authority, then you can continue to dominate it, or you can expand outward. Business model. Decide on your fee structure. There's so many ways to get paid here. Upfront, monthly, on the back end, a combination of all the above. Bulk, single, part-time, contracting, direct placements, RPO. Like, there's just so many things that you can do. Really decide on your fee structure and don't try to attack 10 different things at the same time. Just really try to be focused. Stick with direct placements first. Stick with contingency first. Stick with RPO or contracting first, and then really find success there. And then you can scale and include more as you continue to grow and become a successful recruiting professional. Determine your business model. Again, there's unlimited amount of iterations and computations that you can do when it comes to this business model. Be specific and be selective first, and then gradually go broader, okay? Outline how you will source the candidates and attract clients. That can only really take place if you're really crystal clear on your fee structure and business model. Financial planning, estimate startup costs. Every business takes money to make money. The great thing about recruitment agencies is you don't really have to spend a ton to get started. If you've been watching my videos, you've been following me for some time, you know that I've basically kept it as lean as possible. I use my own cell phone, I use Google Docs, I use Google Sheets. Didn't even have an ATS in the beginning. All I really paid for was Indeed, maybe LinkedIn, a couple plugins here and there, and it was quite affordable to hit the ground running. No need to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and just have analysis paralysis, and you'll just end up getting overwhelmed and you won't end up getting started. But it's very, very important, if you go into anything for yourself, it will require a certain amount of money. Incorporation costs, startup costs, legal fees, technology, marketing, office space, just ongoing maintenance or monthly operational fees. Really important to budget for that. Develop a budget, financial projections for the first year. Again, no need to overcomplicate things. As long as you have a good chunk of cash in your bank account, and you're mindful of how much you're spending every single month, then you can kind of give yourself a rough timeline on when you need to make it happen, or when, oh my God, we need to either make money or get some cash injection elsewhere, or then try to keep things leaner than they actually are. The next thing is you want to be able to structure your business, right? Choose a legal structure for your agency, whether it's a sole proprietorship, LLC, corporation. Register your business and obtain any necessary licenses. Again, this is something that you can overcomplicate. Keep things as simple as possible. The biggest thing that you can do is make sure that you incorporate, protect yourself from any sort of liabilities. But again, I just want to clarify that I'm not a legal nor a tax professional. Make sure you consult a professional service or a provider or a vendor that can guide you the correct way. You want to be able to also draft really good contracts for clients and candidates, more so for the clients here, especially outlining really important things like the payable or the guarantee, the fee, the ownership, like what happens if someone else submits it. A lot of these things are really, really important to have in your agreement so that you can establish that relationship on the right footing. There should be no drama or confusion moving forward, and hopefully you can go ahead and operate and start a wonderful relationships with a lot of different companies with minimal confusion and questions as possible. Ensure legal compliance and protection for your business. That's the whole theme and takeaway for here. Really want to make sure that you incorporate some somehow. Do something first. You can always change, evolve down the line, but make sure you're protected and you're doing things the smart way. Next, invest in technology and tools. There's a ton of things that you can invest into, but if you were to focus on anything, I would focus on looking at specific recruitment softwares, right? So maybe if you want something that can streamline a customer relationship management system or applicant tracking system, CRM or ATS in one, there's a ton of them out there. You really want to invest into really good ATS systems to streamline your workflow, to be able to keep track and be able to look up old candidates that you spoke with before through great filtering processes. You want to be able to manage candidate interview processes. You want to also keep track of your daily, weekly, monthly goals. And a lot of these ATS softwares allow you to do all of the above. It really depends on your budget. You can go ham and go crazy, or if you want to just stay lean and keep things on a budget, you can totally do that as well. Just make sure that you're really, really organized. Explore and constantly test other tools and plugins for sourcing, managing candidates and clients' interviews. I test all the time, but I like to also say that if you find a stack of tools that work the best, don't break it because it works, right? If it works, it works. Just use it and then try to always allocate some time on the side to always test on new stuff, because there's a lot of great innovation and disruptions and technologies that's happening in the recruitment space. I always want to do whatever I can to be kept abreast on it as much as possible. You want to also maybe think about establishing an online presence, right? That can help you really when it comes to your own branding and authority and credibility. Build a professional website, which is really, really important, with information about your services, team, open jobs, contact information. You want to maybe even think about social media platforms to start networking, providing thought leadership, promoting your brand. The biggest thing I do want to mention here though is social media. It takes a lot of an investment. You have to treat it like a job, and you really can't expect short-term results from it. It's really more of a long-term play. It would actually require a lot more time and resources than you actually think of. So if you were to focus on anything, get the bare minimum tools and plugins that you need to operate a successful business. Obviously, create a website. That's a huge must for candidates and clients who will eventually look you up. Make sure you have a really good LinkedIn profile as well. And then as things go on, you make some profit, you can always reinvest that into other things like social media and so on and so forth. Next, you want to be able to network and market your business. At the end of the day, we get paid for making relationships and connecting relationships with two different parties, right? Our job is to constantly find and build new relationships, and that should go beyond just your computer and internet and LinkedIn. You should be able to be active, attend industry events, conferences, network meetups. You want to connect with professionals in your niche, build a strong network, connect with people on LinkedIn and other platforms, but also focus on offline. And that's the whole reason why, again, we made the Recruiter merch, is that you can let these do the heavy lifting for you. I can't tell you how many candidates and clients reached out to me just as I'm living my life, going out, traveling, and be like, you're a recruiter, what do you recruit for? And that can easily turn to an amazing lead, or they might know someone who can be an amazing lead. So if you want to support the channel, or you want to be able to wear something that you're proud to be a recruiter, feel free to check out the Recruiter merch, and I think you'll love it. It's super soft, high quality, and it can also help your business and be super functional. Online marketing is also very, very important as well. You want to really develop a digital marketing strategy using social media, content marketing, paid advertising. Utilize SEO strategies to improve your online visibility. This is not something that you have to do right away. And again, this will require more investment and more time from you to be able to execute properly, right? Maybe if you get started first, you make some money, you can reinvest that down the line, hire someone part-time, maybe work with the agency to help you with these. But a lot of these things, especially when it comes to digital marketing for small agencies, is gonna increase your monthly burn, and you wanna be smart to keep it as lean as possible and really focus on outreach with clients, outreach with candidates, putting them two together, doing some placements, and then you can slowly dabble in other creative avenues and channels to kind of kickstart and elevate your recruiter agency to the next level. Next, you want to be able to obviously find candidates, develop sourcing strategies, use a mix of traditional digital methods to source candidates, find the right job sites and platforms where you're going to be able to identify and outreach candidates. Consider also out-of-the-box partnerships with educational institutions or job boards or schools to be able to create a good funnel of candidates of your specific target profile coming into you and your team, right? So you always have really great candidates to be able to talk to. You want to also create an effective screening qualification process, create systematic, efficient processes for candidate evaluation. You want to qualify them, you want to talk to every single one and really make sure they have exactly what your clients are looking for. You want to conduct thorough interviews, you want to manage the whole process well, assist with reference checks, negotiations, and all that great stuff. You want to be able to utilize all tools and channels at your disposal. It's very easy here to be able to use 100 tools at once. Keep it simple. Try a good handful first and find things that worked well, and then double down on that and rinse and repeat, and you can find a couple other things. For me right now, even after 8-10 years, I only use probably maybe 2 or 3 main kind of platforms and tools for the cans in my own market. Same thing can happen to you too, or maybe you only just need 1. No need to have 10, 20, 30, 40. That's not really gonna help you find success. It's all about finding something that works best, double down on it, master that tool, and then you're off to the races. You also wanna find candidates that can help with the next point, which is creating a client acquisition system. One thing that we forgot to mention here is one of the ways that you can really help build relationships with clients is what we call MPC, a most placeable candidate. Find candidates in your market that's coming from like a top tier company that have an amazing resume and market that candidate when it comes to outreach with your clients. That can provide them with immediate value and they're like, oh wow, Preston is actually providing me a great candidate. Maybe I want to speak with him. Maybe I do need help with my recruiting. So that can really help as well. Pitch your service when it comes to clients really well. You want to develop a compelling elevator pitch for your agency. What makes you guys different? You know, what's your value proposition? What's your competitive advantage? If you think you're just starting out, you don't have anything right now, just the fact that you are super niche in a market is your competitive advantage. Double down on that. Highlight your unique selling points and how you can add value to clients. Take your time, think about it really well, and then write a couple points down and then just practice it over and over and over again so that you can confidently talk about yourself and your business, not just to clients, but also to anyone around the world that you interact with. Figure out delivery mechanisms for client acquisition, calls, emails, messages, carrier pigeons, combination above. You want to figure out what works the best, test it, and double down on it. Build client relationships. Recruiting is, we get paid to create relationships, right? Same thing applies to clients as well. You want to focus on building long-term relationships with clients. Why? Because they can introduce you to other clients. They can introduce you to other candidates. If you do one client, that can become 2, 3, 4, 5x more clients and businesses for you and your business, assuming you do things ethically, professionally, and you leave things on a professional and positive footing. So focus on doing it the right way, even if that requires a little bit more time because you're not taking any shortcuts. And I promise you, the rewards and ROI back to you is going to be amazing. Provide exceptional service to earn referrals and repeat business. That is the best form of marketing, way more than cold calling and ads and cold emailing and all that stuff. You want to get new business from your referrals, so treat them well, deliver results well, rinse and repeat, and that's going to snowball into fantastic referrals for you and your business. The next thing is you always want to be mindful, right? You're running a business here, and so whatever happens with the business, for better or for worse, it is completely on you. If the business does well, awesome. If the business doesn't do well, you have to take ownership and be accountable, right? You are your own boss. You are the CEO. Working for yourself is probably going to be one of the hardest things that you'll ever do. And one of the things that you have to constantly manage, and aside from just putting out fires, managing a team, and just being heads down, is you have to be aware of what's happening in your business, in your space, in your market, and in your industry. Stay up to date constantly with the recruitment industry changes, technological advancements, and market trends. Market conditions can change constantly. We need to adapt accordingly. What happens if the market that you're in is super slow? Does that mean that you're just going to take the whole year off, go to the Caribbean and sit by the beach? You could if you want to, or you could pivot. You could attack different types of jobs, maybe ones that are relevant to your core jobs, where you can still bring in clients and still make money, right? Just because it's a down market doesn't mean that your business has to be down. Of course, there could be certain relative levels to that, but you can still and should be able to make money if you're able to make the right decisions, take the appropriate risks, and adapt accordingly. Continuously upgrade your skills and adapt your strategies accordingly. You never want to be complacent. You always want to have a growth mindset. Learn as much as you can, because you can always become a better person, a better recruiter, a better leader, a better entrepreneur, a better all of the above. So always learn and always be a student. And I feel like the moment at which you stop learning, that's when your business or career can stagnate and become stale. Always learn, always challenge yourself, learn new skills, and keep pushing yourself. You want to measure your business, right? So on one hand, if you're putting everything together up until this point, you're finding candidates, finding clients, doing interviews, doing deals, fantastic. But you want to measure it, because if you don't measure it, how will you know if your business is on track? How will you know if you can actually grow and hit bigger targets next year? Track key performance indicators, also known as KPIs. Monitor metrics such as time to fill, placement success rates, client satisfaction. Use data constantly to refine your strategies and improve performance. 5 popular KPIs. There's time to fill, which is time it takes to fill a position, source of hire, where they're coming from, offer acceptance rates, like how often are people accepting the rates versus how many people being submitted versus how many interviews that are happening, diversity in hiring, right? Application completion rate. All of these things are really, really important to be able to keep track of as you continue and progressing your career as a recruitment entrepreneur. You want to scale your business. One of the easiest ways to scale your business wrong is by thinking like, oh wow, I don't even know how to do a full desk recruiting myself, and I'm just going to hire people. How are you going to effectively lead and manage them if you don't know what to train them or manage them on, right? You have to find success first, and then once you're at capacity, once you're at reaching an organic inflection point of your business as it continues to grow, you're completely underwater with all the demand coming in, that is the now perfect time to think about hiring additional help. Hiring also doesn't necessarily mean just hiring someone full-time. It can mean part-time VAs, and you want to just make sure, and I want to clarify that point again, hire when when it makes the most natural sense. If you're gonna wake up and try to force someone to hire or force a hire to change your business for you to make 10 times more money by itself and you just have to sit back on your couch doing nothing, that is the wrong way of thinking about it. Hiring also means risk for the business. More monthly burns. You wanna make sure that you know exactly how to hire, how to train them, how to onboard them properly, and how to help them find success as much as possible. But all of that is also assuming that you've reached a point with your business, with your desk, that you can no longer handle all of it yourself, and then you need someone else to help you. Then at that point, once you hire additional staff and you continue to grow and iterate that, and you have fantastic training and onboarding processes, you then want to think about expanding your services or niche, other business models, other types of positions, explore new opportunities, perhaps go into different industries, new markets. You want to always be flexible, adapt your business model to market demands and new technologies. Business is fun, it's exciting, but it's also stressful. The most important thing is you don't want to stagnate. You always want to have a bird's eye view of your business, of your industry and market, in addition to just being heads down on what you have to do that day, that week, that month to close deals and make money. Watch carefully, strategize, pivot, adapt, work hard, show up, all these things together, you'll have the right recipes to be really successful when it comes to launching your own agency in 2024. Well, I hope that really helped you. Just want to give it back and ask you one question. What inspired you to transition from being a recruiter to starting your own agency? We'd love to hear your thoughts. I know many recruiters who are in the corporate side who want to work for themselves, who are in staffing who want to work for themselves, who are coming from a different track of life who want to work for themselves as a recruiter. There is something for everyone in recruiting, and it's always really exciting for me to hear where and how you got started at your own agency. So if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you want to support us or you want to fast track your career forward with some awesome swag, feel free to get some at recruitermerch.com. Always appreciate your time. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on the next one.